All right. We'll get started. I have a question that we're going to start the conversation with, but it's probably going to require some thinking. What is truth? So I want everyone to take that minute, we're kind of gathering ourselves, think about that question. What is truth? What does that word mean? You can think definitionally, but also think, what does it encompass? What does it entail? What is the entirety of this word? Truth.
Well, the 30-second pitch is that it is a 3-part process that naturally follows the natural development of a child. And the goal is very simply what is good, what is true, and what is beautiful. That in a nutshell is what the classical education is.
Overall, what the classical model focuses on doing is creating a whole human being. As Catholics, we want students who know God and love God, and we want them to pursue truth. And one of the lovely things is, if we are right as Catholics, all truth leads to God, because He is the source of all truth. So from the classical perspective, we are driving students towards truth, and that truth is always going to lead back to what is good, true, and beautiful, and God is the source of that.
So you have what we call the grammar stage, the rhetoric stage, and the logic stage. Grammar stage is the stage at the very beginning, our youngest children, and this is where children are just naturally curious. You expose them to the good, the true, and the beautiful in great works of art, in beautiful books, in the greatest poetry, in exploring science. When they get to the next stage, which is middle school, in the rhetoric stage, children are starting to question things. And why is it this way? It's not this blind, oh my goodness, look at the sun, it's so beautiful. Why is the sun hot? Why is it doing what it's doing? To say, okay, you know these facts, now you're going to learn how to think through arguing, through questioning. Why is this good? Why is this true? Why is this beautiful? What makes something true? High school is sort of almost like the culmination. It's the ending when you've given all this amazing foundation. Then in the high school, they really flourish, because in the high school, we encourage expression. It's being able to now explain to others what is the good and what is the true and what is the beautiful.
So how is classical education complementary with Catholicism and Catholic education? I think it's a really easy question to answer, because Catholics invented classical education, right? Basically, they wrote the vast majority of the classical model. What the classical tradition really is it's a 2,000-year-old conversation between people who are writing books, they're talking to each other, they're asking what is the best way to educate the human being.
So I'm going to go ahead and explain the seminar again, both for the sake of people who don't remember, and I think this is Ms. Pinsenalt's first seminar as well. So a seminar is a conversation. We kind of seek to create something beautiful together. The questions that I ask, those should spark the conversation. Could we parse it out? Could we figure out, could we think of hypotheticals and situations? So isn't that the textbook definition of an advantage? But then maybe we still reject this word superior. Okay.
So why KA? So a student considering KA or a family considering KA should understand that we are a classical school, meaning you would get that academic rigor, you would get the demands of a classical education. It's academic rigor, but it's so much more than that. Because at KA, the focus is rigor, academic rigor, but understanding that the faith comes first.
Koinonia is unique. It's a unique school because our primary concern is your child's total holistic being. We care about their soul, right? We want your child to become the best that they can be 10 years from now, the best that they can be 30 years from now, the best that they can be 10,000 years from now. That's what we want to set them up. That's the path that we want to put them on. How many other schools can say that? How many other Catholic schools can say that? In my search, Koinonia is maybe not entirely unique, but it is in an elite class of schools that think that far out. And that's special. That's why I chose KA. That's why I think other people should definitely choose Koinonia Academy. Yeah, absolutely.